Four on the floor. Citywide banks. Let's see. Is Doc Rivers a good coach?
Well, I'm not as excited as I was a moment ago. Yeah, he's a good coach. Okay.
Is he a great coach?
Next question. Yeah. No. Didn't I say this? I said it somewhere today. Forgive me. I appear a lot of different places. If you put good talent around him, he's a good coach.
Yeah.
I don't know. I may have said it to the barber this morning. I don't know.
I expected more. I expected more out of Doc Rivers. I mean, he's got a pretty good core.
Yeah, I'm going to take it by 30 seconds. Don't you go through life where, wherever I am, people go, oh, I watch you on TV. What do you think about such and such? And so I give that same answer over and over again. You know, what do you think about the Rockies? You know, what do you think about the Nuggets? You know, it's what I do for a living, but I forget sometimes where I say things. Yes, he's a very, very good coach. Very good coach. He's won a championship with Celtics, but he needs a lot of good players. He needs Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and Paul Allen and all those people.
Easier to win with Hall of Famers. Yeah. All right, next.
I don't think a coach really has that much influence anyway. So,
next question. Do you watch the Indy 500 anymore?
Was it yesterday?
They were vying for pole position yesterday.
No, I knew that. No, it used to be. It used to be viewing. You have a place in Scottsdale. We're not trying to impress you, but you have a place in Scottsdale.
Yes.
There's a place above that called the Boulders. It's a really beautiful resort. And I remember being there on a Memorial Day weekend and building my day around the Indianapolis 500. I mean, there are a lot of things to do in Arizona. You play golf. And,
sure.
I used to go to it. I went 10 or 11 times, and after about the 11th time, I thought, why do I come to this? This is an awful event. It is a bunch of guys holding up a sign saying to women, show me your breast. Because that's the only way they're ever going to see breast is if somebody takes off their shirt at the Indianapolis 500 because everybody's drunk. It is the most worthless event in the country, and now they can't even get the cars right. The cars are all flying through the air like the Flying Nun or something. What was the car that was flying in the Julie Andrews movie?
A car in a Julie Andrews movie?
Yeah, it was a plane.
Like Mary Poppins?
What?
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Yeah, the car flew. That's what they got at the Indianapolis 500. Cars are flying through the air.
So
not on purpose.
So you're proposing they should call it the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang 500. Is that what you're saying? You know what bothers me about it? I don't know the drivers anymore. I used to know the Unsers and A.J. Foyt and the Andretti's, and now there's a guy named Lewandike, and that's about all I know. I think there's another Andretti. Isn't there another Andretti?
He doesn't race anymore.
Lewandike doesn't race anymore?
We've even run out of...
so that's one less guy that I know.
Hey, we've run out of those brothers and sons and cousins and everything. There's no...
The Parsons.
There's no Mario. There's no Andretti's left anymore. There's none of those guys from New Mexico.
Yeah.
It's
hard. I don't watch it anymore. I used to watch it. Why are the Rockies striking out so much?
Because they're missing the ball when they swing back.
Well, there are a few reasons. They've struck out at least 11 times in the last 5 games. Number one, they're missing some key bats.
Plus 14. That was a modern major league record.
Morneau,
14
Tulo, and Dickerson have missed a lot of at-bats because of injuries, number one. Number two, they've gone against some pretty good pitchers. Greinke and Kershaw.
Like every other day.
L.A. always seems to put a good pitcher on the mound. They just played 4 games in L.A. They played
Arizona?
and five games ago against the Angels.
Weren't they in Arizona before that?
No, the Angels.
Angels, yeah,
and Hector Santiago is a pretty good young pitcher who struck out 8 guys in 6 innings. So it's that. And not only that, strikeouts are not a stigma anymore. Hitters go to the plate and they don't say to themselves, I'll do anything to keep from striking out. No, they just load up and swing. Even with 2 strikes, nobody shortens up the bat anymore. They just go up there and they look for the long ball. So that, for those, plus they're in a funk. I mean, they're just in a funk. And bad hitting, it's infectious.
A funk for a month. They have the worst win-loss record in the last month, from April 17th to May 17th. They are the worst team in the league. If you take away that 7-2 start, which was against the Milwaukee Brewers, who arguably are with the Rockies for worst team in the league. They've already fired their manager. And the Giants, who were bad then, better now.
Yeah.
You take away that, this is the worst team in baseball. Worst pitching staff. Their defense, which is supposedly so good,
they don't have the lowest
7th or 8th in the National
They don't
League.
have the lowest winning percentage, but they have the least number of wins in the majors.
Yeah, they played 3 fewer games, and it'll get worse even.
All right, final question. You like yogurt or cottage cheese on your fruit?
Neither. I don't like fruit. I don't.
You don't like
yogurt.
fruit?
I don't like fruit. I don't like.
How do you
yogurt.
not like
I don't
fruit?
like cottage cheese. Cottage cheese seems like something that after the goat got through. Cottage cheese? You talk about celery. What is it about cottage cheese?
I don't know.
Make that? It
And the
looks
texture's
like,
weird.
It looked like milk that was frozen and
Lumpy milk. It's lumpy milk.
Yogurt?
Yeah.
Yogurt. You know what yogurt is?
Tell me.
Yogurt is
It's
it's a thing
germs
that's
or
built-
fungus.
yeah,
It's fungi.
Yeah. Do I want to do that? I told you about Jell-O.
I try to get fungi out of my body. You're asking me to eat
I
yogurt?
told you Jell-O was horse's hooves, and you didn't believe it until we proved it to you. Yogurt is
Toe jam.
a disease.
Yogurt is toe
thing.
jam.
It starts as some
All right.
disease.
That's. I'm glad we worked up an appetite now that we're going to do our Oreo segment next. Four on the Floor is brought to you by Citywide Banks. It's a Colorado-focused business bank. They have 12 locations across Denver and Boulder, so there's a branch near you. They've got more than 25 services that your business could use. Trust me on that. And like Woody and I, they support a lot of charities in the area. So it's Citywide Banks where this show does
A lot more
its
than-
banking.